Good morning, students. So, today we are going to discuss 4 marks question from the first 4 chapters, and there will be total of 4 questions. So, the first question is verify x cube plus y cube is equals to x plus y is into x square minus xy plus y square. So here you can either start from the left and prove the right hand side part, or you can start from the right hand side part and prove the left hand side part. Here I have started from the right hand side part. So we will individually multiply x with this full bracket and y again with this full bracket. So I have written x into x square minus xy plus y square plus y into x square minus xy plus y square is equals to x cube. Multiplying each of the terms with x and y, we will get x cube minus x square y plus xy square plus yx square minus xy square plus y cube. You can see this middle terms, each of them cancel each other out as they are same in quantity but opposite in sign. So we are left with x cube plus y cube. So our left hand side is achieved. Same thing we will prove with the subpart 2. We will start from the right hand side and multiply x with the second bracket and then put a negative sign as we have negative sign in front of y. So we will put a negative sign and multiply the second bracket again. So we will get x cube plus x square y plus xy square. Here we will not multiply y, we will multiply minus y with the bracket. So we will get minus yx square minus xy square minus y cube. So here also you can see the middle terms all cancel each other out and we will get x cube minus y cube. So our left hand side is achieved. So this is how verified sums like this, where we have to verify or show that, can be achieved. Either we can start from LHS and go towards RHS, or from RHS and go towards LHS. Second question is plot the following points. So we need to have a graph, and in that graph it is very important to write scale. Scale you can take anything. I have taken in both x and y axis, I have taken 10 small division. SD stands for small division. 10 small division is equals to 1 unit. I have written it in ink and you can see in the following slide. So this is the slide. You can see I have written in ink the scale. It is very important to write the scale, and then I have plotted the point in the graph. First point is minus 2, 8. So x, the value of x is minus 2. So we will go towards our left hand side from the origin. Our origin is this point where x and y meet, that is O. So minus 2 is over here and 8 is on the top of origin, that is towards the positive side of y, a positive side of the axis, that is in our y axis. So our point is this one, minus 2 comma 8. Then next point is minus 1 comma 7. So the value of x is minus, so we will go towards our left hand side, and the value of y is plus, so we will go towards our top. So minus 1 is over here and we have gone straight up to and coincide with the point y is equals to 7 at this point. So this point is known as minus 1 comma 7. Next we have 0 as value of x, and we know that on the axes the values are either 0, either of the axes the values of the opposite one or the other one is 0. In y axis y is always, in x axis y is always 0, and in y axis x is always 0. So our point will lie on the axis, and you can see the value of y is minus 1.25. So it will lie first between minus 1 and minus 2. Rather, to be precise, it will lie between minus 1.2 to minus 0.3. Between these 2 points we will find our point minus 1.25. So here, since the gapping between the points are very small, so I have marked like this. So this is our point on the axis. And the last point that we have to show is 1, 3. 1, 3 will lie in the first quadrant, as both the signs is plus and plus. So value of x is plus, so we will move towards right hand side of our origin, and then value of y is again plus, so we will move towards top. So our value or our point is located over here. So this is how we will plot points like the following 4 points that we have, that is given in the question. Now question number 3, we have to show the forced solution for the equation. So first of all, our equation is written in two variables, that is 2x plus y is equals to 7. Either we can subject it as y is equals to 7 minus 2x, and then substitute the values of x, we will get the values of y. The same thing is done without subjecting it. So here first we have taken value of x as 1. So 2 into 1 plus y is equals to 7. So we will get y is equals to 5. So our first solution is 1, 5. Second, we have assumed value of x as 2. Substitute the value of x as 2 and subject y, we will get y as 3. So our another solution is 2, 3. Next we have taken value of x as 3. Substitute the value of x as 3 and subject y, we will get the value of y as 1. So our solution is 3, 1. Lastly, we will substitute the value of x as 4 and subject y, we will get y as 4 minus 1. So our other solution is 4, minus 1. Here the values of x are all positive. If you want, you can take the value of x as 0 or as negative, and accordingly you will get different y's. So our four different solution are 1, 5, 2, 3, 3, 1 and 4, minus 1. And these are the four solutions of 2x plus y is equals to 7. At the end, you can also make a box like this and write x, y and write the corresponding value. For 1, you got 5. For 2, you got 3. For 3, you got 1. And for 4, you got minus 1. So this way, if you write at the end the four solution, you will get full marks for writing like this even. And lastly, rationalization is given of from chapter 1 in this manner. So this is our question. Here you can see the denominators are 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. This is one denominator, and another denominator is root 3 minus root 2. So the rationalizing factors are, for 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 is 3 root 2 minus 2 root 3, that is the denominator's conjugate. Again, root 3 minus root 2's conjugate is root 3 plus root 2. So these are the two conjugates. Now we will multiply the given numbers with its conjugate. So you can see with the first term, that is this part, if I divide the part, then you can see it is divided into two parts. Before plus there is one number, after plus there is another number. So before plus we have multiplied with its conjugate, and after plus we have multiplied with its conjugate. And whenever we are multiplying it, we will multiply in the numerator as well as in the denominator. So we will get something like this: 3 root 2 minus 2 root 3 whole square by 3 root 2 whole square minus 2 root 3 whole square plus 4 root 3 into root 4 into root 3 With it, we will multiply root 3 plus root 2. Here two identities are used. These are the two identities that we have used. After multiplying it, we will get 18 minus 12 root 6 plus 12 by 18 minus 12 and 6 plus 2 root 6 by 1. On solving it, we will get the value of the rationalization as 11. So the root terms cancels each other off and we will get only a rational number 11. So after rationalizing the given question, that is this part, we get our answer as 11. So for rationalizing like this, you need to divide the numbers accordingly and multiply with its conjugate, and whenever we multiply the number with its conjugate, we will multiply the numerator as well as its denominator. And after solving it like we have done in our lower classes, in our algebras, in same manner we will solve and we will get our answers. So these are the 4 questions of the 4 marks from first 4 chapters. I hope this tutorial is helpful for you. Thank you.